All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of this madness. I say madness in the most loving possible way because this game is crazy. this game is crazy. That festival, man. That's just. I'm never going to be able to recover from that. That everything that happened during that festival was just downright insane. You know, I didn't think it was going to go good per se, but I didn't expect it to just completely break apart like that. That was nuts. All right, so hopefully the aftermath won't be that bad. Alright, so here we are. We're at part 6. And, hopefully things won't go down quite so badly. Morning already? I groan as I fumble for the alarm clock. Man, I just feel like sinking into the depths of my bed. Is it natural to feel this tired after waking up? What's the time anyway? 10:30 a.m. Holy crap. I've already pretty much missed the first 2 classes. Should I even go to school today or just cut my losses and skip? A fierce battle rages within my mind as I lay there. But after a beat, I leap out of bed and begin throwing on my uniform. I don't even want to go to school, but I strangely feel compelled to stick to my everyday routine. Guess Mom really trained me well. This music is very fitting for this part. No time to eat breakfast today. To be honest, I'm usually too lazy to cook anything anyway. It's 10:39 a.m. now. I'm making good time. You are? I missed 2 classes, and I'm about 3 hours late from school. I'm making great time here. It's Saturday! That's how this one starts, huh? As that realization hits me, all the nervous tension drains out of my body, leaving me slouched over and exhausted. They should have waited. They should have waited until he had gone to school to find out that it was Saturday. I think that would have made the whole thing funnier. Now that I'm already out of bed, I might as well do something productive today. I'll have to get changed into my normal clothes first. Wow. At least there's no school to get through today, although unfortunately Literature Club is still feeling the effects of the festival. Thankfully, the awkward atmosphere is only subtle, but even I, a newbie, can see that everyone's been treading on eggshells. I really do hope that things can eventually get back to normal, but at this rate, I can easily see everyone drifting apart. Monica hasn't spoken to me about things yet either. I meant to talk to her about the festival argument the day after, but I just couldn't figure out a way to confront her about it. It's probably just me being too reluctant to bring things up, but I never really found the right time to talk. I should get out of the house for once and stop thinking about these things. Hello? Hey, bud. It'll be a nice change of pace from staying on the computer all day. Gotta get rid of that pasty pale complexion. At least the weather isn't bad today. It's a regular sunny day, not too hot, and not too cold. It's just me, my bag, and... come to think of it, I don't even know where I'm headed to. Maybe I'll just text Sayori and see how she's doing, although she's probably not awake yet anyway. I haven't hung out with her in a while, and it might prove to be a nice surprise for her. Actually, the more I think about it, the more appealing the idea sounds. I imagine the festival fiasco probably upset her, given how much she cares for the club and the other girls. Can't hurt to see if she's okay and take her mind off of it. Besides, I can't imagine she really has much going on either. I dig out my phone and shoot her a message. Okay. Hey, Sayori, what's up? No reply. I took the time. Knowing Sayori, she's probably still asleep. I suppose anything before noon is considered early for her. And again, I'm not much better. The only reason I'm up so early on Saturdays is because I thought it was a school day. I chuckled to myself. My parents would definitely be surprised if they learned I was up before midday on a Saturday. Dad used to joke around and call me nocturnal, like I was a vampire. Thinking about it, given my sleep cycles, he wasn't wrong. Shame I don't have the ability to turn into a bat, though. Or super speed. Or leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Or stopping a speeding bullet. Or talking like this. Well, at least the weather's nice. It's early October now, which is the best of both worlds. As in, it's not quite as hot as it was in the summer, and the real bite of winter hasn't kicked in yet. It's fairly warm, with fluffy white clouds accompanying the blue skies. Really? I'm looking out my window and all I see is snow. Perching down on a bench, I aimlessly flick through my phone while I await Sayori's reply. Finally, my phone goes off. Hi, Flam. Sorry about the delay. I just woke up, LOL. Sayori voice. Hi, Flam. Sorry about the delay. I just woke up, LOL. Called it. Don't worry about it. Just wondered if you wanted to go to the park or something. It's a nice day after all. Sure thing. Which one? LOL. You'll see. I'll keep it a surprise. Laughing face. Sounds fun. Just give me a few minutes to get ready, okay? Yep. Just let me know when you're dressed and I'll meet you outside your house. Alrighty. As I slip my phone back into my pocket, I start to aimlessly plan what we'll get up to. There's a park near our house. When we were children, it was almost like a second home to us. So much time spent exploring. We used to get tons of ice cream at the playground after working the puppy dog eyes on our parents. In fact, I think it was at that very park that I first met Sayori. Something about ice cream. I'm not even surprised we met and initially bonded over food. Good times. Another notification. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm good. Coming on now. With Sayori in tow, we make our way over. Already, I'm reminded of the time we spent together last Sunday. I'm hoping today is just as enjoyable. Although last time she got to learn a little more about me, I didn't get to learn much about her. Well, the time we've been apart, I've got no idea about how she's finding school, what her interests are, her plans for the future, all that stuff. So, I know you said it's meant to be a surprise, but can I get a teeny tiny hint? Should I? Please! After all, it is super early. I check my watch. It's 11:30. Sayori, it's almost noon. Yeah, super early. Sounds like me. I mean, she's not wrong. I suppose you've got a point. Alright. I lean in conspiratorially. This is super top secret stuff. Understood, Agent. If I gave you the code name Childhood, where would you think? She scrunches her face up, fiddling with a strand of hair in her hands. Oh, I know. Is she going to get on the first try? I'll be mighty impressed. You're not taking me back to elementary school, are you? Oh, that hope got shot down. I can't help but sigh. No? Worth a try. I'll give you another hint. Do you remember where we first met? It wasn't elementary school, was it? If you say that one more time... Kidding. You're kind of fun to wind up sometimes, you know? Makes a change from you always being a meanie to me. You love it, really. It's the only way I can get you back from all those tricks you used to play on me, you know. Tricks? I don't know what you're talking about. That innocent, childlike grin is back on her face. Already, I'm glad I decided to text her instead of going back to sleep. What about the time you told my mom that I threw that tennis ball at you so she made me give you my candy? Or that time we climbed that tree and got stuck? I told you it'd be too high, but you didn't listen. My dad had to get us down. I grin. Oh, that climb was pretty fun. The view was incredible.
See? It wasn't all bad.
I know. It was all good-natured. We used to get up to so much mischief.
We sure did. Anyway, I think I know where we're going. Paku Park, right?
Ah, so there is something in that head of yours after all then, huh?
Hey!
And so here we are.
Oh, I love this place. Haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, me neither. We take a seat on the wooden bench, which affords us a lovely view of the park around us. Children are playing all sorts of ball games as their parents chat amicably. Dogs are running around as their owners laugh and chase them. I smile. Here with Sayori, I truly feel like I'm at home. Figured it'd do both of us good to take a trip down memory lane, eh? Especially after that fiasco at the festival and everything.
Yeah.
From the change of her tone and expression, the festival still looks like it's bothering her. It's still bothering me. It wasn't even real, but you know, I had to experience it. So it's like, what do you even say to something like that? I can't blame her. All the club members are feeling it. I was hoping by now things would
go back to how they used to.
Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, the festival was a bit of a failure, but the club is still a nice little place for us five, right? Sayori looks ahead, idly poking at a twig with her feet.
Yeah, it is. I just really wish people weren't so mean. We all practice super hard, too. All that. For nothing.
Hey, come on, Sayori. It's not like you to be so depressing. We shouldn't dwell too much on that anyway. What's done is done, right? Besides, I want today to be a good day. She blinks as a slightly shameful look crosses her features.
Yeah, you're right, Flam. Sorry.
Nah, don't apologize. After all, it was me who brought it up, so I can't really talk. Anyway, I brought you here because I know this place means a lot to you. I was worried you might be upset, so I was hoping this could cheer you up.
Flam, you didn't have to do that.
Well, that, but most importantly, I just needed an excuse to get out of the house. She pokes me in the ribs as I laugh. And besides, spending time with you on a Sunday made me... spending time with you on Sunday, the last Sunday, in other words, made me realize that we have a lot to catch up on. She giggles. I guess both of us don't know where to start. It's almost like we've just met and don't know what to say to each other. In a strange way, I guess that is the case to some extent. I guess I'll start. You know, I've always been curious as to why you joined the literature club. I didn't really think poetry was your thing. She leans forward, resting her chin on her knees. How flexible is she to be able to do that? I can't even... Where's my camera? Where's my camera? Where's the camera? Oh, and you guys need to see this. You guys need to... I mean, I know I'm fat, but still, you know, to some extent, you gotta really... Hey, hold on here. Hold on here. Get the camera up. Oh, yeah, there I am. Alright, now, just... As you can see, it's not so easy. Why would anyone want to do that? Why? What would be the purpose? Fuck me. Ugh. Actually took some breath out of me there.
actually in the same class. She's the one who told me about it. In a way, I guess I was kind of like you.
Like me?
Yeah, as in, I didn't really think much of poetry. It's not that I didn't like it, I just didn't think too much about it. But as I joined, and Monica told me more and more about literature, about how poetry can be a really nice way to express yourself, I loved it. Anyone can write poetry, and that's what I really like. It doesn't matter who you are, what your interests are, or how good you are. There's something for everyone.
Interesting. Yuri, Monica, and Sayori all appreciate poetry for different reasons. I get the sense that Yuri likes poetry as it gives her an opportunity to express deep, complex stuff. Monica seems to be on a similar wavelength to Yuri, but I think she prefers abstract stuff more. Then again, I guess Yuri also uses a lot of abstract themes in her poems. Yes, it's not an amateur. Sayori notices my chuckle.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking about how everyone in the club seems to appreciate different things in poetry. What else? Sayori has a faraway look in her eyes as she asks the next question.
I remember, we used to think alike in so many ways. Like when you used to look at clouds, when we used to look at clouds, we used to see a lot of similar things in the sky. So I wonder, do we still do that?
I grin. I had totally forgotten how much we used to enjoy cloud watching back in the day. Every time I remember something more from our childhood, it brings a smile to my face. Cloud watching perfectly captured that innocent, carefree essence of nostalgia. I had totally forgotten about that. We really let our imaginations run wild, didn't we? And the best thing is, it worked.
Yeah, clouds are so cool like that. What about that one?
She takes my outstretched finger in her hands and points it at a specific spot. Aha! Yeah, I can see that one now. This one looks like a fish.
Oh, it's so small. Look at that one. It kind of looks like a little frog. This is what I love about clouds. They're so... What's the word?
Cloudy? Ow. You really like poking me in the ribs, don't you?
I was trying to think of the right word. I think I heard Yuri say it once. Versatile? I think that means that something is... I forgot! Well, it sounds like it fits.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Pretty cool how different people see different things when looking at the exact same one.
I wonder what the other girls would see.
Fluffy kittens for Natsuki, and something spooky with Yuri.
You really know them well, huh? What do you think Monica would see?
A piano? I mean, you can interpret a cloud however you want, right? I was thinking of stuff that reminds me of her.
Well, I'm happy that we're still that we still cloud gaze the same way.
Yeah, that makes two of us. I was kind of worried that maybe we'd, I don't know, drifted too far apart. So much that we'd be totally different people. But that doesn't look to be the case.
Yeah. By the way, Flam, I've been meaning to ask you. How are you doing in school?
Gee, Sayori, that's a kind of boring question, don't you think?
Don't try and worm out of this one, mister. I still worry about you, you know? I just want to know if you're doing fine, that's all.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm doing just fine. You sound a bit like Mom.
I can't tell if that's a compliment or an insult.
A mystery we'll take to our graves, eh? Oh, that's cute. Her subsequent pout makes me chuckle. If I got you a popsicle, would that make you less pouty with me?
You think you can change my mood with food, huh? Depends on the flavor.
Mental note to self. If Sayori is ever actually annoyed with me, just get her something sweet. Who knows when that information will come in handy later. The more I think about it, perhaps I was wrong to worry we'd have changed too much. After all, I'm pretty much still the same person. 6 or so years isn't that much time, I guess. One thing that hasn't changed is how much she loves to explore and how much her imagination accommodates that. Forests weren't just forests. They were part of a magical land inhabited by an array of mythical creatures. Beaches weren't just sand and sea. They were a tropical paradise, home to countless happy childhood memories. Searching for crabs, aimlessly splashing in the sea, checking out hidden coves. Sayori could even transform our homes into something they weren't. We used to jump from sofa to sofa, chair to chair, pretending that the floor was lava. That game never got old. And I'm pretty sure every kid on the planet has played it too. You know something, Sayori? She's slightly ahead of me, ducking under a tree branch. We're now in the forest part of the park. I've had a sudden realization as to why your poems are so good.
They're not that good.
No, seriously. Your imagination has always been super strong. All those games we used to play as children, you're always part of your own little world. And it shows in your poems.
I'm glad you picked up on it. Writing poems is half the fun. The other half is showing them to people. Especially when they like what you've written.
What's your thought process while you write your poems? Right. Alright, those are all Sayori. Like, how did you write them?
I just go with my heart. I guess it's kind of tricky to explain. I think it just depends on my mood. Like, when I wrote Dear Sunshine, I was in a pretty good mood.
More like you were just hungry, given you wrote it while you were eating breakfast.
I was in a good mood because I was eating breakfast. Anyway, so with bottles, well, I guess I was thinking about how much I want people to be happy. So that's the answer to your question. It just depends on my mood and what I happen to be thinking about. I wonder how the others do it.
Yeah, me too, actually. It would be kind of interesting to see how you all approach poetry. Although I think I would be able to understand how someone like Yuri does it. Her poetry still goes over my head.
Good to know I'm not the only one.
Although, what about your fairy tale poem? What was your thought process behind that one?
Oh, that one.
There's an immediate shift in atmosphere.
There wasn't really one. I just felt like writing it, I guess.
But you said you write your poems based on what you're thinking of or feeling at the time, right?
What about you, Flam? How did you write yours?
I should have known she would still be a little cagey about that one. Thinking back to her behavior on that Friday, I guess it's to be expected. Just what is it about that poem and her behavior that bothers me so much? Is it because it shows a side to Sayori that's totally new to me, one that I'm not used to? Or because I know there's still something she isn't telling me?
Flam?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was spacing out a little bit. Well, I guess I'm similar to you, I suppose. I just pick a bunch of words. I just pick a bunch of words from my hat that I randomly, wrote down on little slips of paper and throw around a little hat. I pull a word out and it's like, okay, that's a topic. Pull another one out, that's a topic. Oh, melancholy, that's a good topic. I just pick a bunch of words that best describe what I'm thinking about and then write a poem based on those. To be honest, I'm not really experienced enough to give you a proper answer. I kind of make it up on the spot. But it's worked so far, so I'm not complaining. Sayori pauses, looking around at the cups surrounding us. She walks up to a large tree and plants herself down in front of it. I follow suit, resting my back against the sturdy trunk, admiring the soft rays as they penetrate the branches.
What you said reminds me of something Monica once told me. Something about if you don't have confidence, just fake it until people believe you do.
She turns to face me, a thoughtful expression on her face.
Sometimes I wonder if she really is confident, or it's all just a show. I get the feeling that sometimes you can never tell with people.
I blink. That was remarkably insightful. For Sayori, a more reflective mood seems to have fallen upon her. No idea, to be honest. She seems pretty genuine. I mean, she was like this when I first met her as well, so that would be an awful long time to wear that mask. I wouldn't have expected that sort of question from you, though. Why'd you ask? She smiles mischievously.
Sometimes it's nice to surprise people.
What do you mean?
Well, let me ask you, Flam. If you had to describe me in a few words, which words would you choose?
Bubbly and lighthearted and adventurous. I've always seen you as quite kind, you know, given how you're always concerned with how happy other people are. I guess your most definitive trait is your happiness. Like, you always seem so cheerful, at ease with the world. I kind of wish I could be like that sometimes. Although, from what I've sort of picked up on, just like everyone else, you still feel down from time to time. Right? She looks on ahead, a faraway look on her face. It's not exactly sad, but there's a certain air of... what? Wonder? Nostalgia?
See, that's what I mean. Everyone picks up on those things you mentioned, but they find me asking this question a bit. Unlike me, if you get what I'm saying. I guess it's because of how I act in the literature club. Aside from with my poetry, I never really talk about deeper things, or things that aren't just aimlessly happy. I guess I just don't want to bother people with that sort of stuff.
Bother them? Why would it bother them, Sayori?
Well, maybe that isn't the right word. Sorry. I've never really been that good at expressing myself in person. It's much easier to do it in a poem.
It's okay. I've never really been good at it either.
A lot of the time, I had to think about the past and how things used to be. I told Natsuki about this.
She giggles softly.
And Natsuki thinks I live in the past. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, do you?
Depends on depends on your past. Nah, if you're happy, what's the issue? It's only natural that you'd want to think about the good times that brought a smile to your face, right? When we first started talking again, I used to look back on all our shared memories from all those years ago. From when we first met and bonded over ice cream, to me winning Mr. Cow for you, to helping you with homework. I remember our parents used to say we were pretty much inseparable.
Everyone has their happy thoughts which keep them going, right? Stored away
in bottles, eh?
Of course!
She sighs contently.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you or anything.
Bore me? Really, Sayori, you're sounding a bit like Yuri. I haven't seen this side of you before, and I really like it. As much as I enjoy our playful banter, this made for a really nice change of pace. Besides, I always like talking to you.
Thank you, Flam. I worry about... well...
Sayori, people are always going to enjoy being your friend, even if you're not super chipper all the time. It's okay. Seriously, just be yourself. Don't hide anything. I'll be here. Don't you worry. I reach over and squeeze her hand, smiling reassuringly. Sayori noticeably fidgets, looking rather uneasy about something. Why'd the music suddenly cut like that?
Okay, I'm saving. Hi, kitty. Actually, there is something I could tell you. I don't know if it's a good idea, though.
My heart starts to race as a million questions start whizzing around my head. Is this about Fairy Tale? Her behavior on Friday? Some other secret that's coming right out of the blue? Or perhaps something else entirely? Sayori?
The truth is, I...
If disappointment ever had a sound, it would be the sound of a ringing phone. With a groan, I fumble into my pockets, glaring at the offending object, as if I know it's responsible for ruining such a moment. I take my phone, pick up a giant rock, and just start smashing the hell out of it for ruining such a heartfelt, beautiful, touching moment. It's my mother. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. I have to now. I have to now. I'm gonna turn on, because this reminds me of something. Wait. This reminds me of something. Alright, hold on just 1 second here, guys. 1 second here, guys. Alright, so. Okay. Save game capture up here. Alright, so. Let's see. With a groan, I fumble into my pocket, glaring at the offending object, as if it knows it's responsible for ruining such a moment. It's my mother. And
God! Who the fuck is calling Mom?
I don't know. There's something about that moment at that time. It just seemed to fall perfectly into place. So I had to. I had to. Alrighty. Settings, let's turn them. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. In fact, the last time we spoke was before I joined the literature club. I'm really sorry, Sayori. I'm going to have to take this. A strange smile on her face. She shakes her head.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hi, Mom. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Hope you've been good.
Boy, I'm sorry it's been so long. Work has been so hard to cover over the past few weeks.
And there I was thinking you'd forgotten about me.
Don't be silly. I always worry about you.
I know, Mom. It was a joke.
You and your sarcasm. You must have gotten that from your father. How have you been, anyway? Are you eating well, exercising daily, drinking lots of water?
Whoa. Slow down. I've been doing just fine. I've actually joined a club.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. What kind of club is it?
Literature. Funnily enough, poems and stuff. Sayori told me about it, and she's the vice president.
I hope you stick with it.
Yeah, I don't think the girls would forgive me if I left.
Girls, he said.
Uh-oh. Anyway, now's not really a great time. Now's not really a great time as I'm just chilling with Sayori. You know, at that park you used to always take us to.
Oh, here with Sayori. How's she doing?
We're having a catch-up session, actually. She's not changed too much. Anyway, can I call you back later? Kind of cutting her off right now.
Of course, of course. I have the evening off so we can talk then, okay?
Sure thing.
Before I go, you are remembering to eat, right?
I roll my eyes before realizing she can't see that. Yes, Mom, of course I'm remembering to eat. What am I going on fast or something? Going on a fast or something? Or do you think I'm 5? I can see Sayori giggling out of the corner of my eye. If I were you, I'd be more concerned about Sayori. Laser girl can't even get out of bed. I grin as I see her laugh turn into a childish frown.
Oh, stop teasing her, Flam. You're so mean to her sometimes.
Jeez, you sound like her. Anyway, gotta go. Talk to you later, okay? Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
I took my phone away and turned back to Sayori. Sorry about that. Had no idea she'd call.
It's okay. You haven't spoken to her in a while, so it was nice to hear you two talking again.
Anyway, what were you saying? You wanted to tell me something? Sayori isn't sitting down by the tree anymore. She's standing up and looks ready to go.
Oh, don't worry about that. It was nothing important.
You sure? It seemed kind of serious.
It's okay. I'm kind of hungry anyway. Can we stop by a cafe on the way home?
You literally just had a popsicle.
Well, you know what they say.
And what would that be?
The fridge is a clear example of what matters is on the inside.
I stare at her. What does that even have to do with anything?
It's about food.
Alright, actually...
It's about food?
You know what? Let's just go and get whatever you want. We'll be here for a while if I try to understand what goes on in Sayori's head. One tasty lunchtime meal later, Sayori's appetite is finally sated. It's getting to the late afternoon at this point. Hey Sayori. Not that I didn't enjoy today, but I think I'm going to have to call it there. There's a mountain of homework I haven't even started that's due on Monday. And I don't think Sakurai is going to be happy with me if it's late. Her face still has traces of chocolate all over it. She hastily attempts to wipe it off.
Oh, that's okay. I probably should do the same.
We've reached my house. Okay, well, I'll see you on Monday then. Have a good one. She waves cheerily.
Bye, Flam. Thanks again for today.
No worries. Sorry I ruined it with the phone call.
You didn't. It's okay.
I wish I could spend the rest of the day with her, but unfortunately, my procrastination has caught up with me. What a fun evening this will be. Ooh, Act 2. Past, Present, and Future. Oh, I like the new little background for the banner, for the word banner here. As the sound of my alarm makes its unwelcome presence in my bedroom, I can't help but wonder, do I even need an education? I could totally just become a video game streamer. Ow. It's almost as if the realization of my own YouTube channel is just punching me in the stomach right now. Oh, shit. Reluctantly, I sit up and stretch. I just hope I don't run into any of those pricks who ruined our festival. Not to mention, I hope they aren't giving any of the club members any flack, especially Sayori. At least Sakurai is cool. Surprisingly, Sayori is already there by the time I arrive.
Good morning.
I give her a mockingly suspicious look. You know, for someone who sleeps in a lot, you sure are chipper in the mornings.
Hey! Am I not allowed to be happy?
Of course you are, Sayori. Ready for another super exciting and totally not boring day at school?
Ready as I'll ever be. How about you?
It could be worse, I guess. I'm enjoying history a lot, actually. Sakurai is a really good teacher.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying. We're pretty lucky to have him, aren't we?
Definitely. I didn't think anyone could top Makoto last year, but Sakurai has somehow managed to pull it off. I guess it helps that history is a decent subject.
I've always preferred those kinds of subjects myself, too.
What do you mean?
You know, Japanese history, anything that isn't math. Or physics.
Still not much of a science kind of girl, huh?
Nope.
Didn't think so. You're always better than me when it came to the more creative subjects, though. Looking back, when we helped each other out with our homework, I guess we covered each other's weaknesses, huh?
We sure did. I remember we used to doodle on each other's work, too. You even handed in that science homework once, and you didn't even realize I'd drawn a bunch of animals all over it.
Sayori laughs just as school looms in sight. Her giggles, coupled with the sudden remembrance of that silly memory, causes a warm feeling to wash over me. I had totally forgotten about that. My science teacher, on the other hand, well, let's just say he didn't expect a bunch of cats, rabbits, and dogs to be on that worksheet. Well, we were learning about evolution, so I guess you drawing all those animals was fitting, right?
Of course! It totally wasn't me just getting my revenge for me pulling that planet's prank.
Oh, that was something I'll never forget. You mean the Uranus joke? The fact that Sayori can't help but giggle when she hears the name is testimony to how she's truly a child at heart. This is wholesome. This is great. I'm loving this. Nothing bad could go wrong, right?
Yes!
Thank you, Sayori. I'm glad you agree with me. I grin at her, although she initially tries to pout. She can never hold an angry face, even when she's joking. Back when we were first learning about the solar system, I heard about what was so funny about Uranus from a classmate of mine. Sayori, being blissfully ignorant at the time, asked me what was so funny about the planet's name. I told her to ask her mother how Uranus was looking, and she actually did. No, that's bad. Distinctly, I can remember her being in utter hysterics when her mother was both parts confused and stern with her daughter for apparently asking such a rude question. Hey, Mom, how's Uranus looking? Oh my God. Definitely one of my little personal victories. Come on, you have to admit, we got each other good. Anyway, I'll catch you at lunchtime. See ya.
Bye!
As I make my way over to my classroom, the typical school scene greets me. Students of varying ages make their way to wherever they need to be, no doubt bracing themselves for the drag that is Monday morning. The sounds of chattering and laughter fill the atmosphere as I spot a few familiar faces. Occasionally, a teacher admonishes a laggy student, no doubt reminding them to not be late for homeroom. Outside my classroom, I peer through the window. There's a few of my classmates there already. Sakurai himself looks like he's only just arrived. Ah, Flam. Good morning. How was your weekend? Morning, sir. Not bad, not bad. I haven't woken up that early on a Saturday for a while, so I figured I'd make the most of it. Would you believe me if I told you I spent it enjoying the outdoors and getting homework done? There's a mischievous twinkle in Sakurai's eye as he answers. Why, Flam, of course I would. After all, given your impeccable history with handing in homework on time, I would be hard-pressed not to. On the topic of handing homework in time, one of my classmates noticeably fidgets. I'm willing to bet he hasn't done last week's assignment. Granted, there may have been one or two times where I was guilty of the very same thing. At least Sakurai is fairly relaxed about missing the odd deadline. I check the clock hanging on the wall. It's almost time to start, and a few last-minute stragglers hurriedly make their way in. Most people are here at this point. Sakurai is sitting by his desk, a pen between his finger and a thoughtful look on his face. Amy hurriedly makes her way past the door and to her seat next to me. Kind of ironic how she's on the track team, yet still the last one in, which Sakurai picks up on. Emmy. He leans back in his chair as Emmy looks up at him with as innocent a face as she can muster.
Yes, sir?
How is it that a member of the school's track team is the slowest one to arrive? Light chuckles fill the room. Sakurai's banter with his students is always amusing to witness.
Well, I'm not technically late, am I? She does have a point, sir. See? Even the class rep is on my side.
Come on, Shiori. What happened to respecting authority?
I'm not the one who makes the rules, sir.
As if on cue, the bell rings a moment after Emmy slips into her seat. Cutting it pretty close. Now that everyone is here, let's get started. Now, believe me when I say that the First World War is one of the most interesting things you'll ever study in school, although your science teachers may beg to differ. So, a conflict involving nations from all across the world, continent to continent, with soldiers as well as civilians involved in the fighting, it truly changed the geopolitical climate for many of the combatants involved. As he talks, his trademark enthusiasm shines through. It's almost like he was born to be a teacher. Now, can anyone tell me the year it started? Bonus points if you can explain how it began. And before anyone asks, no, bonus points does not mean exemption from homework for a week. I can't help but smile to myself after hearing the mixture of groans and laughs from the class. Maybe Monday morning won't be so boring after all. The rest of the lesson passes by fairly quickly, and before I know it, it's lunchtime.
You're looking a bit livelier.
Sakurai has that effect on us. We're also learning about the First World War, which is pretty interesting.
You're right, it is. Although it's so sad thinking about all those soldiers who died. In such horrible ways, too.
Is she crying? Damn it, Sayori, why are you crying at such a moment right like that? For sure, they were hoping it would be a war to end all wars. Yet 20 years later, they were at it again. Anyway, how was your morning? What subject did you have?
Physics. In the morning? Flam, that's so unfair. We should have a subject I enjoy on a Monday morning.
Sleeping isn't a subject, though.
Hey, I like Japanese too, you know. Japanese history, even stuff like English. The subjects where I can express myself a bit more.
You know, given how you're in a literature club, it all makes sense now. As in, why you prefer subjects like Japanese. More creative subjects where you can write stories, poems, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think I'll ever need to work out the area of a triangle in real life. Well, I really hope not. Whereas stuff that we learn about in Japanese helps with writing poems. Although, I don't think the teacher was happy when she found me trying to write a poem in her class. That's not my fault, right?
She looks at me with puppy dog eyes, and in that moment, it hits me just how adorable Sayori can be. With those big blue eyes, it's impossible to say no to her, and... Wait a minute. Where's this coming from? Huh? Yeah, no, definitely not your fault. Anyway, what's that you've got? I motioned to the food in front of her. It's fairly obvious what she's eating, but I needed a quick change of topic to cover whatever it was that just came over me.
Eh? You mean this? It's a cinnamon bun.
Sayori, I couldn't get a word of that, but I'm guessing you're enjoying it. She loudly gulps down the sugary delight.
Sorry. Yeah, it's so yummy. Do you want to try some?
Can't hurt. As she tears off a piece and reaches forward, I'm struck by how soft and warm her hands are. It's only a brief moment of contact, but it's enough to ignite that weird, warm feeling within. Somebody's in love. Snap out of it. I pop it into my mouth and savor the sweet taste filling my taste buds. Remind me to get some of my own.
I'm planning on technically snacking on these during class this afternoon. That's one way of getting me through a boring school day.
Well, if it works, it works. Just like that, the alarm rings, signifying the end of the lunch break. Back to it, I guess. Waving goodbye to Sayori, we make our respective ways back to our classrooms. That was random. What the hell? They make a few hours pass by like a swift transition from day to night. This game's weird. Another day, another lesson. Thankfully, it's a what? Where the hell those last 4 days go? Thankfully, it's a Friday, meaning the tempting allure of the weekend beckons. Just one more day to sit through. As Sakurai explains the origins of the war, my mind can't help but drift away. Who was it who decided we should have 5 working days, but only 2 days off? Man, that seems mighty unfair if you ask me. A 4-day week and 3-day weekend sounds so much better. I know Sayori would definitely agree. Probably not Monica, though, given how hard she works. Speaking of Sayori, I wonder what she's up to. I noticed that she's been on my mind a little more than usual. Even when I was at home, just playing video games in an effort to procrastinate on my homework. Knowing her, she's probably dueling instead of paying attention. Then again, I'm daydreaming myself. I guess shorter attention spans are something we both suffer from. It's a little on the warm side in here anyway. And Sakurai wouldn't mind too much if I spaced out, right? Spending more time with Sayori recently has made me think. Hey, Flam. Don't run too far off ahead.
Sorry, Daddy. I just want to play. Such a ball of energy, aren't you? Don't worry. Your dad and I will keep an eye on you. Oh, and here's some money. Buy something from the ice cream truck.
Would you like us to come with you?
No, it's okay. I'm a big boy now, remember? Of course, darling. How could we ever forget?
Dad grins as he reaches out to affectionately ruffle my hair. Of course you are, son. Now go out there and have fun. I barely hear him as I take off, bound toward the ice cream truck. As I'm lining up, my mind runs crazy as the thought of all the different flavors and choices. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, mint. It's great. The line shuffles forward and I dig into my pockets and bring out the money. They've given me more than I need for the ice cream. Awesome. That means I can get more than one. I quickly look around me, trying to spot my parents. They're sitting on a bench, chatting away. They won't notice. Ah, yeah. This is the best day ever. Huh? Who's this? Standing... Aww. That's cute. Standing to the left of me is a young girl. She's looking sadly at the ice cream truck in front of me. Why's she looking so sad, though? All the other kids are happy. She should be happy. There's ice cream right here.
Hey!
Ah! The girl jumps a little.
Sorry. I, didn't mean to scare you.
She turns to look at me, giving me a wide smile. Huh? Wasn't she sad just a minute ago?
It's okay. I'm Sayori. Hi, Sayori. I'm Flam. I, saw you looking sad. Do you want some ice cream? That makes me happy when I'm feeling sad. Ice cream? For me? You'd buy that for me? Sure. My mommy gave me too much money. I would have gotten 2 ice creams for myself. But you look sad, and I don't like seeing my friends sad.
Sayori looks at the floor. She looks kind of shy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Now come on, which one do you want?
Oh, thank you. The that one with the long name. CIMNANON. Yeah. Okay.
I handed it over to her, taking mine from the ice cream man.
Thanks again. Thanks again. That's okay. Do you want to be friends?
Her eyes light up as she shows me a bright smile.
Okay. Do you want to go by the swings? I'll race you there. Hey! No fair! You didn't say when to start. Thanks for being my friend, Flam. I'm new here and I don't have any other friends.
No problem. You're really cool, and it's nice to make a new friend.
Ah, there you are. Hi, Mommy. Ah, I see you've made a new friend. Who might this be, Sayori? That's Flam. He got me this CIMNANON popsicle. Ah, did he now? She was looking really sad. I thought it would cheer her up. That's very nice of you, Flam. Sayori, do you mind explaining to Flam why you didn't have money for the popsicle in the first place? Do I have to? Come on. Okay. I was being a bit naughty earlier. Mommy told me not to eat all the candy before dinner yesterday, but I just couldn't help it. So she said I wasn't allowed to get a popsicle today. Indeed, so she was being punished for it.
Oh no, is she angry at me?
I'm sorry. I didn't know that she was in trouble. Although, I'm glad you made a new friend, Sayori.
Huh? She laughed softly. Man, Sayori really looks like her.
Don't you worry, Flam. You were very kind. And it already looks like you two are great friends already. It's okay. Phew.
Flam? Oof. You're daydreaming. Most unorthodox.
Huh? What? With a sudden jolt of reality, I realize I'm back in the present. Given the way Sakurai is looking at me, he clearly noticed me dozing off. Oops. I'm going to assume you fell asleep because you stayed up late doing some reading about the war. Yes sir, of course. Excellent. Then you'll be able to answer this next question without any difficulty. I gulp. Yeah, you got me in a trap there. Let's hope it's not too unreasonable. Can you explain to me how Great Britain got involved in the war? Okay, this one I actually know. I vaguely remember Sakurai talking about this yesterday. Luckily, I'm able to answer this question satisfactorily. After what feels like an eternity, a wry smile appears on his face. That late night study session really paid off, it seems. He shoots me a knowing smile. I weakly grin back. That was close. Luckily, by the time I woke up, most of the class has already passed. Just how long was I out for? Anyway, as the bell is about to ring, I figured I should finish my lesson before it rings for once. Even though I'm confident that you would rather learn about the intricacies of the war than go to lunch. As if by a stroke of fate, Sakurai's stomach rumbles. He rarely rubs his face and laughs dejectedly. Well, if that isn't an example of Deus Machina, then I don't know what is. A smattering of laughter fills the room. Class dismissed, everyone. Everyone begins packing away their things and heading for the door, no doubt eager to refuel after the morning session. Flam, a word, if you will. Oh, damn. Why do I get the feeling that this is to do with me falling asleep? As the last student flies out, I gingerly approach Sakurai's desk, a hint of resignation in my gait. Don't worry, there's no need to look so worried. You're not in trouble or anything like that. You had me scared, sir. I think every student dreads hearing those words. Can we have a word? Or can you see me after class? If it's any consolation, Flam, you still feel those words even after You'll still feel those words even after graduation. Oh? Mischief at university, sir? Now, that would be telling. Anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I just wanted to know how you were getting on in class. With the course, that is. Oh, well, it's going pretty well, I'd say. History is one of my favorite subjects, and World War I is an interesting topic. Plus, your teaching style sits really well with me. And I'm, sorry for falling asleep in class. I know it was a little disrespectful. I just had late night. There's an annoying look in Sakurai's eyes as he dismissively waves away my apology. Not to worry, Flam. I know high school can be a trying period, especially when you have a lot going on. Besides, you answered my question correctly, so it's fair to assume you at least have some idea of what I'm talking about. I can't help but grin at him. With the friendly, understanding aura he emanates, sometimes you forget he's a teacher. Although, if you could try and refrain from falling asleep again, that would be much appreciated. Although his tone remains light and friendly, there's an edge of sternness to his voice. I guess it must be pretty disheartening as a teacher if one of your students falls asleep in your class. Oh, yeah, of course. Won't happen again, sir. Good, good. Well, I just wanted to check up on you. You're doing well, so I'm satisfied. Do let me know if that changes. I'd be happy to assist where I can. Now, I shouldn't be denying you your well-earned lunch break. Thanks. Have a good one too, sir. With a nod, he dismisses me and returns to his desk. As I make my way to the courtyard, I notice Yuri sitting by herself, lost in a book. As I approach her, I pause. Should I ask her to join me? She does look a little lonely, and we're all friends, right? Oh no, I can't save it. Oh no, why can't I save it? Why can't I save it? Oh jeez, oh jeez. I sound like Morty right now. Goes, oh jeez, oh jeez. Chat! Is anyone in chat? Help me out here. Do I invite Yuri or no? Invite her? Don't invite her? I don't know what to do. Alright, I'm gonna invite her. As much as I think Yuri is someone who is comfortable being by herself, I think it'll be nice to have some new company during lunch. Besides, she gets along with Sayori and I. She looks really lost in thought, never without her books, is she? Hey, Yuri. She jumps slightly, eyes widening at the sudden disturbance. Oops, I forgot she startles easily.
Oh, good afternoon, Flam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
It's okay. I was just very much immersed in this book.
I was going to invite you to sit with Sayori and I, but if you'd rather be left alone. A pensive look crosses her face. I get the feeling she isn't used to social invitations.
Me?
The one and only.
Are you sure? I wouldn't want to disturb your conversation.
Don't sweat it. It's fine.
Well, if you're sure.
I laugh as I pack up her things and follow. I laugh as she packs up her things and follows me over. Leading the way, I spot Sayori in the courtyard and take a seat opposite her on one of the benches. Yuri follows suit.
Hey, Yuri! How's your week been? It's been enjoyable so far. Learning a lot of interesting things. It's definitely stimulating. Although, I am glad it's the weekend coming up.
Yeah, Sayori and I are with you on that. How about you two?
How's your week gone? It's been okay. Some lessons are kind of boring though. Still trying to wrap my head around some of the stuff we're doing in math. Japanese is going well though. We've been looking at literary techniques and how they can apply to poetry, so I think I may be able to try new stuff with my poems. Oh? Well, I look forward to seeing that, Sayori.
Yeah, same. Monica will probably appreciate it too. Speaking of which, we're having a meeting with the club after school today.
Yep, we'll be focusing on what to do for Halloween. It'll be a lot of fun.
That's right up your alley, eh, Yuri?
How so?
Well, Halloween is about horror, right? And your poems typically focus on darker themes.
Yes, indeed.
She smiles dreamily. I guess a day dedicated to horror is like a dream come true for her.
There's definitely a lot of room for creativity when it comes to that genre. Horror is ever so expansive. I don't like that stuff too much. Sometimes it can get really scary. Not a big fan of fear, Sayori? Sorry, that didn't sound too ominous or weird, did it? Not at all. I've always admired how you stick to your interests. It's really cool to see. Don't worry about it. Well, that's reassuring to hear, I suppose.
Makes for some nice variety in the club, Yuri. The bell rings, cutting short our conversation. Well, time to get these last few hours over with. See you both in the club.
See you guys!
She cheerily waves.
Until then.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and save it right here. Now, I will stick with that route. I will stick with the decision that I made with that. But I'm gonna go back to the last save before that. Or not. I forgot to click load game. Alright. What's the... Let's go ahead and just skip this. Because before I end the stream, I'm curious to see how the conversation goes, how that part goes if you decide not to invite Yuri. Alright. Don't invite Yuri. Nah, I probably shouldn't. Besides, Yuri strikes me as the kind of person who enjoys her own company. With the decision made, I make my way outside. Man, I'm glad Sakurai's so understanding.
Why?
Well,
You fell asleep in class, didn't you?
Yep.
Flam, that's bad. When did I tell you about that?
If it makes you feel any better, I had a daydream about you. Well, that's a way to stop an oncoming lecture.
Me? Really?
As I scratch the back of my neck nervously, that familiar weird feeling starts to rise. What is this warm sensation? And why does it always pop up when I'm alone with Sayori? Yeah, I was thinking about when we first met.
Aw, I bet that was cute. Looking back, you were so adorable.
Was I? I don't know. I thought I was just doing what anyone would do, right?
No, silly. You really wanted that second ice cream, but you chose to give it to me instead. Because I looked sad, and you wanted me to cheer up. Even though you didn't even know me, you still went out of your way for me. And that's something I've always liked about you.
What, buying you food?
No, you're always so thoughtful. It was even the first thing you did for me, even though you really shouldn't have.
She smiles up at me with a look in her eyes that I've never seen before. Man, she really does have beautiful eyes, doesn't she? A deep blue that I could get lost in. What am I saying? Where's this coming from? And there I was thinking that meth was confusing. The sudden silence that's befallen is strong, almost like a blanket drowning out all the other conversations taking place in the room. I don't know how to break it. Luckily, Sayori spares me.
Anyway, I'm glad it's Friday today. Having 5 days of school and only 2 for a weekend is so unfair.
Hang on. Wasn't I thinking that exact same thing earlier? I can't quite remember, as I'm still trying to shake off this weird feeling. Yeah, I'm with you there. We have a meeting with the Literature Club today, too.
Oh, yeah. Monica texted me to let you know that we'll be talking about what to do for Halloween.
Halloween? We're getting spooky, huh?
We sure are. I can't wait to tell you guys what we got planned.
Just as she says that, the lunch bell rings. What is it with eerily timed bells ringing today? Guess we'll find out. See you at the club, Sayori.
See ya!
Okay, so... I'm going to backtrack to the first page here. I'm going to save the this route choice here. Okay, so we got that one there. Now we're going to head back to this one. Okay, then we're going to save it to this right here. Now, I think I'm going to go with the... I'm going to stick with the don't invite... No, I'm going to stick with the invite Yuri to lunch route for now. But in the event that that anything changes, then later on in the story, I'm going to go back to the don't invite Yuri storyline and see if that has a different path to it. Because with this game, you just never know. It's very intricate that way. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been fun. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you all in the next.